Do you ever feel like the market is playing tricks on you, or that no matter how hard you try, you are just not making any progress? You might be facing one of the biggest hidden obstacles in trading: unrealistic expectations. And in today's episode, together with my special guest, Greg Singleton, I will be uncovering how these expectations, which, by the way, are shaped often by your past experiences and fears, can hold you back from reaching your full potential as a trader. So if you are ready to break free from this self-imposed limitations, it's time to reset your mindset. Let's dive in. You are listening to the Confidence in Trading podcast. I am your host, Agnieszka Wood, a trading mindset coach and a seasoned day trader with over a decade of experience. If you are new to my show, don't forget to subscribe so you can come back for the next episode. In this podcast, we explore the fascinating world of psychology and the human element of trading. We take a deep dive into different perspectives to inspire you and help you navigate the emotional ups and downs of trading with self-compassion and confidence. Whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned pro, this podcast is your trusted companion, providing support on your trading journey. Get ready to boost your confidence and unlock the secrets to mastering your mindset for success. Welcome to episode number 48, Breaking Free from Unrealistic Expectations in Trading. And I want to welcome you, Greg, to my podcast. I am so happy you were able to make it. For you guys, Greg is a perspective and mindset coach, and he has been an executive contributor for Brains magazine since quite some time. And also, he has over 20 years of experience in business and specifically in tech sector. So he knows everything about reaching goals, making the right way to structure how to get to your goals, very important in trading. And he will be sharing all that today with you and talking about expectations and achieving goals. That's very relevant. So, Greg, welcome to this episode.
Agnieszka, thank you so much. I appreciate it. This is honestly, I think, going to be a great conversation, and the ability that you have, and hopefully I'm able to add some positive content for anyone who's listening. And hopefully at the end of the day, we'll all be a little bit better and lighter, and our goals will be structured correctly. And hopefully everything that we end up doing will be positive impact.
That's awesome.
So thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm very happy. And actually, I kind of sort of feel fresh from the press because we both just presented at the very first trading psychology conference. And I feel like there's so much going on in my head about, trading and like what helps traders. And we saw so many different approaches to how to reach your goals and what is standing in the way of reaching the goals for traders, right? Everyone has its own ideas, and we know that there's so many obstacles in there. And the question is like how you get over it. And the one important thing that I think is sort of the very beginning, and that's why I wanted to talk to you about it today, are expectations. Because
they're huge.
Yes, right?
Huge.
How do you step into trading? If you look at social media, if you look at the external world, like what is the expectation that you have?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. When I first started trading, I stepped in with that unrealistic expectation of, holy cow, I'm going to be able to trade money and I'm going to be rich within a year. This is going to be amazing. Why isn't everyone doing this? And then the harsh reality sets in where you have to correctly be able to evaluate why you even decided to step into trading so that you even have the concept of what it means to set the correct goals and expectations for whatever type of trading style that you do. But when you first get in, man, it is an absolute whirlwind trying to figure out if you're going to day trade, if you're going to swing trade, if you're going to scalp, if you are going to trade off a 10-minute time frame or a 15 or a 20 or an hour. And it gets holy cow, overwhelming.
Right.
But
it's like hitting that wall, right? You expect something and you think like, oh, it's going to be so nice. And then it's like hitting that reality. It's a reality check. It's like boom, like, oh my God, wait a minute. This is not at all what I thought this would be.
not even close. And that's why what we do, which is amazing, is we try to help people guide and trust that those expectations are going to be formed correctly before they even jump into this world. Because you can hit that brick wall very quickly. And unfortunately for many, like me, I did, it is a tough realization when your expectations do not meet the outcome. For sure.
Yeah, and that is, I think, one of the dilemmas is when we expect something, we always get what we expect, not necessarily what we want. So when you are approaching trading with the expectation it's going to be easy, this is what you expect. And then when it's not, there is this disconnect instead of, okay, so this is different, right? This is different. I did not expect it at all. Let me prepare myself for it. Like maybe I take a step back and prepare myself for what I'm actually about to do for maybe the rest of my life, because that's the expectation. I'm going to trade for a living, right?
Sure.
But instead, we start to fight to make sure that our expectation is right. Instead of preparing yourself, you go like, no, it's supposed to be easy. The first thing, let me look for strategy that is easy. And there are so many. Aren't there many strategies that are so easy?
It's endless. You could find a plethora of them if you just took an hour to look. Yeah.
Right. And everyone is, every single strategy is better than the other one. So
100%.
That's the easiest way to do it. But jokes aside, because, it is actually very sad. We are laughing about it because we were there and we are out of there. But when you are in that situation at first, it's actually really very tough because you just don't understand what is happening.
You do not. And that's one of the parts where having a mentor or a coach or a sounding board or a community of any sort to help you reframe the way that you set out for expectations. Because at the core of what any expectation is, when you sit down to look at it, it either meets or it doesn't. So no matter what you have or what you do, if you go in expecting a certain outcome, you've already set yourself up for 50-50. And as you know in trading, you probably don't want to jump into a trade if you have a 50-50 outcome. So if you're going to walk in with expectations of it's either going to be this or that, you're already setting yourself at a detriment before you even begin to trade.
Right.
Because the expectation, it can't be set in a positive or a negative or a 50-50. It needs to be set in expectations that this is going to be difficult and I'm going to grow, I'm going to win, and I'm going to lose. All of that is going to be built into an expectation of trading. And when you can be able to correctly walk in with that mindset, then your expectations don't really need to be 50-50 because you're going to fail. That's okay. You're going to get better. That's okay. You're going to find a different strategy at different times. That's okay. Your expectations need to be fundamentally founded in change because that is what the market will always do.
That is so well said. Speaking of failing, and building on we always get what we expect, not necessarily what we want. And this is because when we believe that something is going to happen, this is the way that we'll be looking at the world, right? Like if I believe something is going to go well for me, this is what I'm going to be trying to prove to myself and look for the evidence outside and inside myself to like, oh yeah, things are going well, right? Because it's very natural. We don't want to admit we are wrong. So our expectations becomes our truth. Now with failing, if you expect that you might fail, because we have to understand that there is a part of trading where we will be losing money. This is what we can expect.
Yes.
But I think there's probably this very thin line where you expect yourself to lose and where you expect yourself to fail. It's a very
true.
very thin line there.
That's a great distinction, because how you decide to even view failure is extremely important. But also, when you tie in the failure side with losing the money that you have invested, which means something to you, those are two very different scenarios, and they emit very different emotions and reactions when those two things happen. Because when you fail in a paper trading account in the very beginning, which, caveat, I highly recommend everyone paper trade in the very beginning so that you can get a feel for it. But when you trade in a paper account, your feelings and emotions don't really get attached to it, but you do still lose. Right. And you do still fail. And the moment you put money into this means something to you. And that's when you need to break apart the failure and the losing to become two different avenues of tackling how to progress. Because losing, as you know, is a part of trading. It just is. There's nothing that we can do about it. Right. Failing can only happen if you refuse to learn from whatever mistake you had from losing.
Exactly. Very, very important distinction. And actually, losing happens not just in trading. Losing happens all the time, right?
All the time.
This is just simple effect of time passing in our life. We are always losing something, right? We are losing time. We are losing ourselves from the day before because now we are a different person. So it is really about letting go of things.
It is, because no matter how you choose to form it, even if you look at it as if you're losing time right now and you're losing parts of you and you're losing who you used to be, being able to view that mindset from not having it as a negative and flipping that to viewing it as, I gained more time to become better. I learned from my experiences so that the next opportunity I have, I can be in a better position.
Right.
I've been able to become better because of what has happened to me in the past. And those are very different conceptual shifts to forming your mind and getting into you to be in a better place, to be successful at not only trading, but life, in your relationships, in your business, in how you operate, your random kindness. All of those aspects come into, do you view losing or do you view positivity in how you can be better from everything you've learned?
Yeah, because growing goes together with losing, right? Mm-hmm. And I was just had that image in my head of a butterfly. That is like literally, in order to become butterfly, mm-hmm. they are losing what they have been just a few days before, right?
Correct. Totally, so, great analogy.
To spread your wings, you have to shed all the things from the past. Mm-hmm. And trading really helps you do that. And losing money is just a one way to grow, to like, mm-hmm. you know, we can view it like, yes, it's an opportunity cost. We can try to make it a little bit better for ourselves, like explain it rationally. And even during the conference, you know, I've heard some of the presenters saying like, nobody likes losing. And it might be true, but I think it's because the way that we view losing. Because if we really view it as growth, and you say it, I like growing, and most of traders, they say I'm in there because I like challenges and I like to grow. It's like, then losing is just part of your growth. And the reason why it doesn't feel right and uncomfortable is because when you this is the only way to grow. Get out of your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. Now the thing is how far you go, and that's where big losses come in, because they will feel more painful than just small growing pains.
They will. They will. Those are the ones that can really rock you at the core when you overextend yourself to a risk management asset that is just far beyond what you're comfortable getting to. And what I personally love about one of the reasons for trading in markets is you have no other choice but to stay present.
Right.
You cannot look at anything other than the data that is on the screen. That will give you immediate real-time data that is in this moment and you to make a decision for the now. So you can really decrease the amount of projection or reflection that you have, whether that will be or won't be a positive or negative. It can only happen in this moment. And that's when you can start to become far more cognizant of how you begin to trade. Afterward, you can go back and look at your journal and see that you've traded the wrong position or the wrong size, and that's why you're experiencing this much, experiencing a failure or a loss because you overextended yourself. But in that moment, you don't know it because you don't know what any outcome is going to be.
Yeah. And that's so much easier to follow the market and follow the price, right? Because when you are in the moment, you are literally in sync with the timing of the market. I
Correct.
sometimes say to my students, you got to always stay in sync with the market, because if you are, let's say you took a loss and now you feel very uncomfortable, and now all you want is to comfort yourself. So maybe you ruminate on it, right? Maybe you call yourself names, because that's the way that we put our focus on it instead of, self-compassion. But you just need a moment, let's say, right?
Yep.
I just need a moment to digest this thing.
Yep.
The market has moved already forward.
It's already gone.
And now you are out of sync with the market. So what you're saying, staying present is really helping you to move with the market, and therefore grow with, like, through moving with the market, you have bigger chance that you grow faster because you are staying present.
Agreed.
Not because you want to grow faster, or no, it's just because you are in sync. So that growing pain is less, because the more you are present, the better the results, the more you can watch and stick to your plan, right?
Correct. Very much so, because at any point in time, the market will dictate exactly what it's going to do to you in real time, which means you have to pivot. No one ever says to the market, hey, you better pivot to make sure that you fit my strategy. That's not going to happen. And if that is an expectation of yours, we would definitely need to chat about it. But the market will always dictate to you in real time what you need to do. And that will help you grow exponentially if you just stay present rather than fighting it or expecting something else to happen because you saw it a different way. That will definitely lead you to more failure and loss than you're going to be prepared to do in the beginning, for sure.
Yeah. And that's the adaptability and being able to adjust your expectations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have expectation, they mean something to you. It's like, okay, I made this plan and this is what I expected to happen. You hang on to it, you cling on to it. So again, you don't let go, and you hold on to it. Now the market is pivoting and you have the choice. Am I going to adapt, or am I going to hold on to my expectations? So what do you think? Why do you think it is that we so tightly hold on to our expectations, to what we thought is going to happen?
Oh, I actually coach a lot of people on this aspect specifically. And this isn't a subset of trading, but it's actually something that we do in life. And it is your ego. It will always be your ego.
My yoga teacher says your ego is not your amigo.
It is not, because your ego, it only cares about one thing, and that's you. So it's very calming to your ego when you go, I came in with a plan and I hit everything that I said was going to happen, and I traded correctly and I made a profit and I did what I said I would do. That's all ego. Every one of those sentences that begin with I expected it to be some way. I can't believe it didn't go this way. That's just your ego yelling at you. When in reality, the market doesn't care about your ego. And other people, when you're around an egotistical individual, you don't gravitate toward them. You gravitate toward the people that have more self-awareness and have the ability to pivot. Your ego will not allow you to pivot because it has to find a way to prove to itself that you're right. And most of the time, if you can't step out of your ego, you will continue to fight and fight and fight and fight until you find a way to prove yourself right. And at that point, you've already missed a trend. You've already missed the bull market. You've already missed a short. So your ego will slow you down more so than it will ever lift you up.
Yeah. You know what I heard the other day? Someone said, in the world, when you say, like someone tells you something, you can learn something, and then your ego says, I know. So your ego says not just I know, it says I. So in the word know, there is N-O, I know. So by saying I know, you're sort of missing the point, right? By thinking, okay, I know everything, I have nothing else to learn. That attitude brings you into overconfidence, and it makes you feel like you have all the knowledge and everything, and you can outsmart the market.
Agreed. Wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, and you are in the market to learn. Like, this is the fastest life lesson ever, literally.
In a heartbeat.
If you like personal development, become a trader. Maybe that will be my next business.
That's probably fair, because it will teach you very quickly the things that you need to work on.
Right.
And it will not care.
No, and that's the thing. I think this is maybe also what we don't expect, and what we don't like is that the market doesn't care. The market doesn't know we are there. So it requires a large amount of awareness. Like, you have to be really humble and put yourself completely aside to be able to be in the market and actually acknowledge, like, I am nobody. Who likes to say that?
Yes, and one of the greatest quotes I've heard of all time, which really rings true in markets, is you mean everything and nothing at the same exact time. So
it's beautiful.
In a market or in life, you are needed as a human being in society for us to progress. You are needed. You are integral in the everyday process of humanity growing. But at the same time, if you or I are not here, humanity will still grow. So you mean everything and nothing at the same time. And in the market, your money is needed to keep the market going, because you are needed to do that. But if you remove your money, the market is still going to move. You mean everything and nothing.
Yeah. And if you are like, there's even another dimension in there, I think, that on the one hand, you are nobody in the market because market doesn't know you're there. So you might feel, okay, so what, am I not important? But you are everything to you, because it's only you that you can actually rely on, because you cannot rely on the market. So there is so much duality while you are being in the market, while you're trying to trade, and all that is just playing tricks on you in your head.
It is.
Right? It's almost like your split personality. And that's probably why a lot of times we get into those, especially at the beginning, into those stages where, like, I'm so confused and I don't know anymore. It's like, is my strategy right? Probably my strategy is not right. Or is it me? Or is it my strategy? It's like you start getting all this conflict because things that are happening, we naturally projected on ourselves, depending on how much you project in general in your life. But we tend to take the blame for things, right?
We do. And that will help you. That will help you grow if you're able to have the self-awareness to recognize your own mistake, rather than saying the market is screwing me. The market is not doing what I think it should do. The market shouldn't be going that way. That's going to be a barrier that you're going to have to break down. And that usually comes from even how you operate in life. Pointing the finger. Yeah, Gary Vee, one of my favorites, is stop pointing fingers and start pointing thumbs. One of the best, because the more that you're able to take the responsibility and learn, rather than blame and then shun off the responsibility, it will make massive, massive leaps in how you trade, but also how you operate in life.
Right. Because every time you point a finger, you actually point all the three other fingers at yourself.
Right back at you. Yep.
Isn't it beautiful actually how everything kind of comes together? And I am personally fascinated by it. And that's why, I love coaching. But the all the struggles that I went through in trading, they helped me to discover myself in ways that no other training that I have done prior helped me do. It's like this incredible mirror that really every day shows me something new about myself. Still to this day, every time I learn every single day, and having that openness even to learn and to look at yourself, it just becomes so much easier because now I know I don't have to project it on myself. It's like I can be just open and take it as like, well, thank you. Thank you for showing me this. Like, I started to get sloppy. I see I need to put some work into this.
And that gratitude mirror is amazing. You just have the ability to, when you see that, reflect on it and go, okay, I can see what I did today. I need to work on that. I'm okay with that. Yeah. And once you're able to get to that space of opening up and experiencing whatever it is that's coming at you as a moments of gratitude to say, I know I can handle this and I handled it well, or, ooh, I need to work on that and I can recognize it now.
Yeah.
The market will always tell you how you are in that day.
Yeah, because it's just like in life. I mean, sometimes we question the purpose of life, right? But the purpose why everything is here, and this is just, what I believe, because to be honest, nobody really knows, like scientists still trying to figure out why are we are here. But
Agreed.
So far what you can see is that everything is growing, right? So you can say the purpose of us is just to expand and grow. And this is how we multiply. This is how we are growing, whether it's, our physical presence or our awareness. We are always expanding. And trading gives you really that opportunity to constantly expand. And if you do allow it, you also get the opportunity to expand physically in your assets, right? So you start building your financial wealth, but it comes as a result. Like even when we talk about it, when I think about it, it's like, this is not the reason to do this.
Yes.
This is a result of expansion.
Yes. It's growth, and that's how it will always be. And it took me a very long time to even figure out what my concept of meaning and what I wanted it to be in life and what I do. And it took me years, but I've been able to condense it down to one word, and it's impact.
Oh my God. We are so aligned on that, Greg. That's probably why universe brought us together in this really very interesting, very, very easy way, actually, how we met. Yeah. Impact, it's so important, right?
It's so incredibly important. And that is when you are trading, your impact is only personal. And then when you can build a subset of wealth and then begin to help other people become better at it, your impact is actually directly correlated to your trading, because now your impact becomes far larger than you just looking at a screen and going, yes, my strategy's right, that went up. You don't have a large impact on the world. You didn't impact the market. You didn't just create a whole new bull market, or you didn't just short and create a bear market. We don't have that much power.
Right.
But we do have the power to learn and create a larger impact for all of the people that we come in contact with. And that will always be my driving force and purpose in life.
Beautiful. And, I think by becoming profitable and consistent and successful trader, the impact that we have is to inspire people. This, by the way, has always been my goal from a very, very beginning in my, early life. Like, I want to inspire people. And the way that I started doing it in my life was I would go and learn all kinds of like things, like totally unrelated to each other even.
Yeah.
And I would like collect the certificates. And I said,
Mhm.
one day I'm gonna make a wallpaper out of my certificate.
That's amazing.
So
I think you should. I think it's a phenomenal idea.
it's funny, but because and now you see that I actually don't even have one on it, because I've learned that this is not what the importance is, but this expansion and being able to inspire people, to show them that they have the potential, that that they can actually do it, and help them believe that they can. So by becoming successful, whether it's trading or in any other field, just you opening up this field of possibilities for people, like, oh my God, I don't have a financial background at all. Like when I was studying management and marketing, economy was the worst subject. It was just like I hardly passed, literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I am not a numbers person. And the fact that I was able to make my trading successful is still mind-blowing to me from that perspective. But I understood that it is not just about numbers. This is so much not about numbers. I can use the calculator to calculate the numbers for me. And these days you can use AI to do a lot of things for you.
Taking the words out of my mouth. I was going to say, in today's day and age, you can have AI do it faster than we could even ever dream of doing. So
yeah, but the reason why I never really even considered something with financials in my life was because that was my expectations. You have to be good in math. And when you come to trading, you have also expectations. What do you need to be good at? So first of all, you read books and I have to be patient. I have to be disciplined. And you have those qualities that you think, I need that, right? And this is how you come. And then you're like, oh, I am so impatient. Oh, I need more discipline. And that's how you start addressing those things, just kind of sort of addressing the symptoms. While at the background, everything is screaming to you. We have this internal voice and it's screaming to us sometimes like, no, it's not the way to go. And you're like, no, everyone says it is. I'm going.
I'll do it anyway. No matter what, I'm going to do it because everyone says I should do it.
Exactly. So we completely override this internal voice, you can call it intuition, whatever you call it, but there is this little voice, this inner coach that tells you feel it. Like I call it intuition because when you make decisions, you usually know whether you're making the right decision or not. Mm-hmm. But then you override it, and then you project on yourself, and you say, "I always make wrong decisions."
Yes, very much so. And that is, I actually spoke a little bit about this in the conference that we just were part of. That silent narrative that you have inside your head will shape the perception of your own reality.
Right.
And it is so extremely important that even if you're sitting home alone or you have a support system or you have friends or someone who can listen to you, it's extremely important to say it out loud. Because the moment that internal voice starts to become negative or detrimental toward you, say it out loud because you're going to hear it differently. And then once you hear it, you've now brought it to life. And now that it's out in the world, you have to own it. So you can tell yourself in the head all the time, oh, I'm so stupid. I can't believe I made that trade. I'm an idiot. I'm terrible. I'm never going to be a good trader. And then when you sit and go out loud, I am a terrible, well, I'm not a terrible person. I hear it now. All right. I'm not, well, yes, I have been successful at some trades. I don't lose at all trades. All right. Let me back off for a quick second. It's so vital to bring the words and the reality that you believe to be true into life. And then you have to take responsibility for it.
Totally. Self-talk skill is one of the most important skills, I believe, in achieving goals, in shaping your world, in basically everything that you do, and in your expectations.
Agreed.
Because that's how you create your beliefs, that's how you create your reality, like you said. And what you expect to happen, that's what is being manifested all around you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's part of what we have been understanding why you're even in trading will expand your horizons vastly quicker if you go in with the understanding of why you're trading. Are you trading just purely because you want money? Or are you trading because you value the possibilities that can come in life of getting better at trading and becoming better with your finances and becoming better at creating a larger impact? That's what all trading can help you do. But if you go in with the expectation of one thing, of I'm just going to make money, then you're not truly valuing everything that can come from trading.
Yeah, and the danger of that is that a lot of times when you're just focusing on making money, what I see is with a lot of traders is happening is that, and I know that it happened to me for sure with my expectations, like, okay, I will make money, that you completely disregard that you will be losing money too, because it becomes part of trading becomes sort of the opposite to your goal. And this is how you fight it, because you think like, okay, I am here to make money and not lose it. So when there is the danger that I'm going to lose money, that's what I'm going to fight.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And as I said in my presentation, market is not your enemy, it's the avenue. So stop fighting the damn thing.
I agree. I couldn't, if the more people are able to accept that concept, just stop fighting it. My mentor, who was amazing in helping me become much better at what I do, had always said the trend is your friend.
Right.
And that's amazing, because when you start to easily just look at it, and if you scope back out and you look at the trend of what's happening, you can go, oh, okay, I'm trying to short a market, and I can see that for the last year and a half, this thing has been consistently moving higher. I need to shift my perspective. Instead of looking at a 10-minute time frame, holy cow, if I zoom out, this thing is still moving up. I'm going against the trend. That's what's happening. The market doesn't care. My analysis of the market is what's happening.
Right. And zooming out is, I think, the key word here, because how many times, whether it's trading or life, it's much easier to see things when you're just taking a step back.
It's
You
incredible.
cannot read a newspaper where you hold it too close to your eyes, right? You can't read anything. So just zooming out gives you already such a different perspective on things, and not just disconnecting it from, like, okay, now I see it better. You can disconnect emotionally from it much more.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a huge advantage in trading.
It happens. I would hope it would happen all too often to a bunch of people so that they have a better perspective. And it always happens to me. And this is one of the things I love about flying. Every time that you get on a plane, everything is so close and impactful, and you get a little bit nervous. And then the plane takes off. And as you keep ascending, you look down and go, good God, I am absolutely tiny in this world. But your ability to zoom out is incredibly reflective, as long as you have the ability to not be egotistical and myopic in that view.
Fantastic.
It's great.
And I love what you said about, like, we make ourselves completely crazy with the little price movements. And then when you look further away, you're like, okay, I'm going against the trend. What I do for my trading, for my day trades, is every 6 months, I will take the charts, the daily charts, and I will mark up the days when I was trading a certain ticker. And I would look at where was it sitting? Because yes, of course, I pick my setup based on a daily chart. But then in the bigger picture, when you look, and this is also how I started to actually be more patient and size appropriately to take a bigger move. Because sometimes I know this, like in a few years ago, I would just trade. Actually, I would trade the range somehow, because I would think, oh, it's already breaking out. And then I would miss the whole move, and I would just move to something else already. And I'm like, what am I doing? So just simply taking a step back and looking what you are doing is already helping you to create different perspective. And it made a huge difference in my trading, so that I actually now profit from bigger moves and, able to take 60, 70% of the move, instead of just trying to, shake myself out and exhaust myself in the tug of war.
And that's one of the most important aspects of a mentor. That's what my mentor helped me do. And he managed pension funds for his career. So he did it for, I think it was 40 years. And when I first sat down with him, he started me on a day chart and he would ask me, okay, where do you think this is going? And I would go, oh, it's going up. And then he would move it. And then he would look at a weekly chart and go, now where is it? And I would look at candles and be like, I don't think that's. And then he would switch it and go to a monthly chart and go, now where do you think it's going? And it's literally just bottoming out. So his perspective shift to be able to say, this is the trend you believe it to be on a day trade. What is the trend total to be able to help you not short yourself out of profits? Right. Because if you're going to take this trade and you think it's going up, the major side of this trend says it's going down.
Right.
And that was massive for me to help combine time frames, even on RSI of a 14-day RSI versus a 5-day RSI. Those were massive improvements in a 9-day moving average and a 20-day moving average rather than a 20 and a 50. So those were all huge advancements in the way that I traded.
Yeah, and that definitely, helps you manage expectations, right? Because it's the bigger picture. And the beauty of it is, like, if you look at that from that perspective, time frames are there to help you to get that perspective. Different time frames. They are not just there because you have to use them. They are actually very valuable to help you zoom out.
Great way to say that. Well done. Good.
And when you I remember the reason why I was fighting the trend always, what was like this huge light bulb that suddenly appeared to me. I was like, oh my God, I am going against the trend, not just in trading. I'm just doing this constantly in my life. That's why I always end up at square one, exhausted. Mm-hmm. I was doing that in my work, in my relationship. This was the way I was living, on survival. And when there was nothing for me to survive, I was very good in creating the drama situation. Yeah. I would get into the most impossible relationship to just have something where I could put my, survival instinct.
Correct.
And then feel good about myself. Look, I actually am great in handling challenges. Mm-hmm. In trading, it was killing. I would literally go constantly against the trend. My main strategy was against the trend.
Yeah. It's such an empowering aspect when you start to take a step back and realize I might be the one that's causing the problems.
Yes. So we are back to the I. I has so many different dimensions. You are the most important thing in your trading, but you are also the biggest risk in your trading. And you have to listen to yourself, not to anyone else. And I think that brings you to the point where you really, the focus is on you. You are the most important person in your own life because it's your life, it's your time. So how do you want to spend it? What choices do you want to make? And, if trading is the avenue for you to grow as to grow your I, that's fantastic. But then make it about yourself. Don't make it about trading.
Yeah. And by just, you keep saying I, and maybe trading can be the I to start your impact.
Wow, that's beautiful. Well, on that note, I think we are going to close it up. Would you like to have maybe another conversation like that? I really enjoyed this, and thank you so much for your time. I really hope we can do it again.
Because I would love to do this again, my friend. I would absolutely love it. I relish in conversations and topics like this. This is honestly how we grow as traders, but also grow as humans to become better at life as well as trading.
And that's fantastic. It's like when we talk, there is just so many things popping up into my head and like opening. So I love this type of conversations as well, because they help me grow and they help me to discover new things. And you know what's beauty of it is that those things are just kind of coming, and then those insights, you get the insights just by opening yourself up. It's not something like you have to figure it out. It's just coming to you. And I think that the trust that we can build in ourselves, this is what helps us to grow as a human being, because it's really getting back to who you are, grounding yourself in yourself, and knowing it's like, okay, this is me. I can rely on myself. I know, like, that part of integrity. So
Agreed, my friend. Agreed.
Thank you so much, Greg, for this. I absolutely loved it. And I hope the listeners also loved it. Guys, if you have any comments or any questions, please feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, wherever. And if you enjoyed this episode, let me know in the comments, like write a review. If you want Greg to come back and talk to me again, and that we have this conversation again, please leave a review. You can do it in Apple Podcasts or any other platform that you are listening at. And yeah, I hope it was helpful and valuable, and I cannot wait to have our next discussion, Greg.
I appreciate you, my friend. Keep helping people. It is the most important thing we can do in lives.
Thank you so much, Greg. Thank you for listening to the Confidence in Trading podcast. If you are enjoying my show, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and tell me what you like about it. Thanks to you, more traders will be able to find me, and together we'll make a bigger impact. So thank you so much. If you are new to my show, don't forget to subscribe so you can come back for the next episode. And make sure to also check some of the previous shows. Thank you again for tuning in. This is Agnieszka Wood from Ahead Coach. Bye for now.